being the welterweight championship of Great Britain between the champion on my right from Sheffield, Kell Brook, and the challenger, who's not on my left, Kevin McIntyre from Paisley. It's a great fight. Kevin McIntyre feels aggrieved because of the situation with him being stripped of his championship by the Boxing Board of Control for not being available to fulfil the original date, which Kell won the championship, the vacant title against Barry Jones, and now obviously this fight was supposed to take place a couple of weeks ago at Aston Villa, but we moved it here, and being with the character that he's got, Kell just said that's fine, you know, I'm more than happy, because I can go to Glasgow and show him who really is the real champion. He's had no reservations about coming here to defend his title, and I'm sure that we're going to be in for a great night. You know, Kevin McIntyre, he came through the hard way, you know, winning and losing a couple of close fights on the way, and then the two great fights with Kevin Anderson. So I think it makes for a great fight for the Glasgow public tomorrow night. And the main supporting contest is for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship, and that will feature the champion on my far right, Ricky Burns from Coatbridge, and the challenger, Yakubu Amidu from Accra via Grantham in Ghana, Newark. Don't correct it. Ricky Burns, you know, again, has come up the hard way. A couple of tough losses, close fights with Alex Arthur and with Carl Johansson. He's come back and, you know, he dusted himself down, had a great fight to win the vacant title earlier on this in the new season at York Hall, Bethnal Green, and you know, he's very happy to be defending his title here in Glasgow. But it's not an easy defence, it's a mandatory defence, and it's probably the toughest mandatory defence that he could possibly have to face in the challenger, Yakubu Amidu, who has boxed, got a great record, 16 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, with 16 knockouts. The loss was a very controversial split decision in South Africa, and I'm sure that this is going to be a real great fight, and I'm sure that everybody's going to be in for a real spectacle tomorrow evening. Like I said, the undercard will feature Michael Jennings in an 8-round contest against Jason Rushton, and Michael Jennings' next scheduled contest will probably be for the vacant WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. Kenny Anderson will feature in a 6-round contest against Birmingham's experienced Hastings Razani from Zimbabwe, and the rest of the undercard will feature Kieran Duffy, Gary McMillan, George Watson from Newcastle, Glenn McCrory's new protege, and having his first fight professional debut from Wishaw, Ryan Scott, who is managed and trained by Lawrence Murphy, the former WBU middleweight champion of the world. So I'd like to throw the floor open for any questions to the boxers, and please feel free to ask any of the anybody whatever questions that they need to ask.
Kevin McIntyre said, not me, that you won't be able to consider yourself champion until you've beaten him because of the circumstances of him being stripped. What's your answer to him?
Right, we're stripped, we're back injured numerous occasions. I got to fight for the belt against Barry Jones, so I won't want any other fight until I boxed Kevin McIntyre to prove to everyone that I am the champion by beating him.
There's an 8-year age difference on to your advantage. Do you think that's a factor at all? You're 22 and he's 30.
I think Kevin McIntyre's come on of age actually. I think he improved his last 3 fights against Kevin Anderson and Doherty and Anderson again. I think he looked better in the last fights than he did his earlier fights. Anyone who's been beat and come back and we rectified him and won a British title after being beat, they're the hardest fights to beat, so it should be a good fight.
Well, judging by your comments there, clearly you have respect for Kevin. I think he also has respect for you.
Yeah, I've got a lot of respect for Kevin McIntyre, but when I get in that ring, I'll be letting left and right, so we'll shake hands after the fight.
You fought in Scotland once before in Edinburgh, I think, according to this. Is the crowd going to be a factor at all?
Crowd's I'm going to be cool, calm and collective. I spoke to Naz and when he got Steve Robinson, they were all booing and shouting and he was calm, and that was one of his best performances. So I believe that pressure's on Kevin McIntyre for this fight to impress in front of all his crowd what he's got. So I'm just going to be calm and do what I have to do.